Hi, my name is Jack Deverson. I studied Chinese, German with a bit of Dutch at Newcastle between 2011 and 2015. Why study languages? Well, for me, I always loved languages and I wanted to study something that was a little bit different to French, German and Spanish, which I knew a bit of before. And I was fascinated by Chinese culture and how the characters were made up, particularly after the Beijing Olympics in 2008. And I think generally people who like languages open up loads of opportunities to travel, explore new cultures, and perhaps the biggest thing about it career-wise is that they close very few doors. So I had no idea what I wanted to do after my studies. But unless you know you want to go into something really specific like medicine, a language degree rules you out of very, very few career paths. And this is really underrated. So I think because when I was 17, I was a very different person. When I was 22, I learned so much and experienced so much during university. And I think keeping options open and being willing to experiment and try out new things is really, really valuable. Also, while loads of academic subjects are really, teach you a lot of skills and knowledge about particular topics, languages are unique in terms of the benefits that they give you, for life beyond studies. So not only do you learn at least one foreign language to a really high standard at Newcastle, but languages make you a better communicator overall in English, whether that's written or spoken, at work or in your personal life. And whatever you go on and do in the future, that serves you really well. They also teach you a lot about cultural adaptability and problem solving and analytical skills to some extent across different cultural contexts. There's nothing like being dropped into a situation with a proper language barrier and just having to find your way through it. And every language student has been involved in many of those, I think, along the way. Why languages at Newcastle specifically though? The school and the course, both at the time of my application and now, were really top class. So the quality of teaching is great, it's an exciting city to live in as a student, and the course and the module options are really, really flexible. You can combine it with other subjects in really interesting ways, and also the options for modules within a language as well are quite broad, so it gives you a lot of choice. And I know this is an optional part of the course now, and funding can be challenging, but if it's something you choose to do, the year abroad can be an incredible experience. It wasn't optional when I was in your position, and I was terrified of the prospect, but it taught me that going out of my comfort zone is hugely worthwhile. And to some extent, it's true to say that you'll make the best of wherever you end up studying. But personally, I think choosing this degree and the modules that I did at Newcastle have had a real positive impact on a huge number of aspects of my life since, and I would recommend it to everyone. So what have I done since graduation? Well, my other classmates have gone in a range of really interesting directions. There's a travel blogger, there's a personal trainer out in China, there's people working in finance for corporate organisations, and there's even someone working as a civil servant in a secret role that we can't say anything about. And for me, I set up a business in education with my business partner the day after we graduated, and I've been doing it ever since. So 10 years on, we've got 22 staff and we work with 30,000 teachers around the world. Running a business is not something that a languages degree prepares you for explicitly, but I'm so pleased I did this rather than a business degree, say. I've learned so much more about business by doing it rather than studying it, and the skills that I learned in my language degree have been invaluable along the way. What would I tell a 17-year-old version of myself now deciding what to do at university? With hindsight, I think the best advice I could give myself, and I can give you, is to study something that you enjoy. Don't just have a career in mind. Study something that you're passionate about that's going to help you find your way. And languages, keep so many doors open to you, as I've said already. It teaches you so many skills, culturally, personally, academically. And it's a really rare combination that serves you very, very well. Although you, speaking to myself here, although you're scared of the concept of the year abroad right now, it was a life-changing experience and you should embrace it. Just say yes to all the opportunities that come your way. And finally, as a student, yes, you need to have a good time, you need to enjoy the great bits of studying, but don't leave yourself with any regrets. Work hard and play hard, get involved with all sorts around the university. It's a great city to be a student in, it's a great university for extracurricular activities, and you'll meet some fantastic people along the way. There's a group of people with every single interest imaginable at uni here, so be yourself, be confident, be a linguist and go out and find your crowd.